What up YouTube, Topaz Ace back for another review, and this one's to that Lil Wayne, XXXtentacion, and that Ty Dolla $ign, Scared of the Dark, and I'ma give it to y'all like. Honestly, I like a lot about this song, man. That production was enjoyable, I like the hook. Lil Wayne is actually doing his thing right here. It's just like the little things about it kind of pulls it back from the green light, and the fact that I don't feel as though it's a great song that I have to hear, that I have to put on my playlist or anything like that, but it's cool though, as this is a song off of the soundtrack, official soundtrack of that new Spider-Man animated movie. And if you guys watch the critics and stuff out there like I do, you realize that they're saying this is one of the best Spider-Man movies to come out in a very long time. So with that being that, man, I'm probably going to end up watching it eventually, you feel me? As, you know, the song here, it definitely fits into a superhero movie. Where each superhero movie, you ultimately got your hero who's going to have to face the darkest of times, but yet is going to overcome that to win in the end. Like, that's the bare basic outlines of most superhero movies, unless you talk about Thanos, because Thanos doesn't give a fuck. But to be real with you, when you go back and watch Infinity War, you realize Thanos was the hero of that movie. But I will say this, like, I'm not reviewing the whole official soundtrack here because I come to realize over years, man, most people really don't care too much about the official soundtrack full projects. They just want to hear about the main songs that have the biggest names on them projects. But I will tell you, it's somewhat of a worthwhile listen. There's nothing really amazing off the project, but there's a bunch of top names in there. And some names that you may want to check out. Like Nicki Minaj got a song on there. Denzel Curry got a song on there. Vince Staples got a song on there. But a guy named Muth, I think that's how you pronunciate the name. Like, I've heard his full projects before, and he's pretty talented, you feel me? Like, he recently came out with a mixtape, but he got a song on here. It's alright. Like, you really want to listen to his mixtapes, to be real with you. But I would recommend you guys go ahead and peep out the soundtrack one good time. But let's go ahead and delve into this specific song, as Scared of the Dark is overtly somewhat what it sounds like. It's being in the darkest of times, in the dark, but yet they're saying they're not afraid of it, as they will rise and they will overcome, as Lil Wayne is being Lil Wayne on here, as he's having his witty lines, not his best work, but yet interesting lines to say the least. Like, my favorite ones was I look down at my rollie because it's the darkest of times, where, you know, you look down at your watch to see what time it is, but it's obviously not the darkest of times if it's a Rolex watch on your wrist. How he said, all I see is dead people, and I tell them to get a life. Because if you remember the movie, All I See Is Dead People and all of that stuff, I forget the name of that joint, man, but that was a quote from that movie. But also how he's spinning it off like, okay, all I see is dead people, get a life, as in get a life literally and figuratively. And I also like how he said that I can read your mind like I'm the author. Like, that was cool because, you know, authors write characters and dialogue and they have to know what's going within the character's mind. So therefore they're reading these characters' mind as they write it down and such. And which that was slick. Now, my issue that I have with this would be with the X first, because you can tell by listening to it, it was never intended for this song, just based off of how rough the mix is. It was obviously recorded somewhere else with that lo-fi recording theme that X had throughout his whole career. And then you can tell by the lyricism that's being said here, as it's nothing even remotely close to what's being said on the entire song, the entire concept. And then on top of that, it's super brief. Like, it should definitely have another Wayne verse, or Ty Dolla $ign should do more than just the hook and a bridge and such. There should be like another verse. This should be like a 5-minute song. But outside of those, man, track is pretty dope. Definitely one that I recommend you guys go ahead and peep on out. I hope you enjoyed the show. You can follow me at Twitter up there, and you can go to downloadpaz.com, that's down there, to read today's article.